YSL again. Welcome to my channel where I mostly talk about luxury items, how I afford them on a more or less modest budget, and a little bit of career advice here and there, or at least I hope soon will be coming. Today I'm going to give my review on this bag right here, which is the Saint Laurent Cassandra top handle bag in the medium size. Mine is in the, I might mispronounce this, but the grain de poudre, the embossed leather. And this is in the color rouge illusion. This was actually the very first luxury bag I purchased, and this is what started my recently newfound obsession with luxury bags and luxury goods. The essay that was with me that day was actually really helpful, and she was showing me a lot of different styles of bags based on what I said I liked and didn't like and how I typically use my bags and what my style is, etc. And then she came out holding this, and just from the second I set my eyes on this bag and this color, it was really just love at first sight. I think I audibly gasped. It's just this beautiful kind of wine burgundy color. And again, Saint Laurent calls this color rouge illusion. I don't know that I've seen too many other bags from them in this color, like, you know, the toy Lulu and the small Lulu and the Lou, you know, camera bags are really popular, but I don't think I've ever seen any of those bags in this color. I might be wrong. I might just have never seen it, or maybe this color is not as popular. And I think because I feel like I don't really see this color that much, not that it's rare or anything, but it just feels more unique and special to me because I just don't think I've seen this color all too much. So I'll just go over some of the specs of this bag. If you want the full specs and details, you can always go to the website and you know, see all the details there. But according to the website, it's about 9.6 inches in length, 7.8 inches in height, and 4.5 inches in width. It comes with this top handle, so you can wear it, you know, either with the strap or like on the crook of your arm like this. And I think it's just great. You can wear it multiple ways, you know, crossbody, shoulder, you know, stuff like that. And the strap is just a thin leather strap like this. And I think it is removable. So it comes in this little, you can fasten it around here. And this part does I think come off. I have adjusted the strap is adjustable, like in terms of length, so I think it might even be removable, but I haven't actually tried to remove it, and it's a little bit tough getting this out. There's like a little hole and, you know, the little slit, and you just pop this off, and then you can adjust it on these different holes, adjust the strap based on your height. And again, I think it's removable, so you could just top handle carry it, but again, I've never actually tried to do it. It might seem a little fussy, I'm not sure. So if you have this bag or the mini version and you've tried and you have been able to successfully take this off, let me know how that worked out for you. And it also comes with a back slip pocket. It's a little stiff right now. It also has four little feet on the bottom, which again, if you see this little circle, it matches the little, you know, hooks or whatever you want to call them on the adjustable strap. It has this cool clasp opening feature, so you push this L and this part pops up. Let me show you that again. Push this pops up. It has a little Saint Laurent logo here, and it's pretty spacious. It does have a center divider that goes down the middle, as well as a slip pocket in the back. So the pros and cons of this bag, at least in my opinion, you may have different pros and cons, or you may think a pro for me is a con for you, or a con for me is a pro for you, or vice versa, but these are just my opinions. Again, I love that it has the top handle, so you can be versatile in how you wear it, whether you want to do this, hold it, or use it with the strap. Also, I do love that it has feet, so when you set it down, it is, you know, more secure and protected from, you know, the ground. The leather is less likely to scuff. The corners are a little bit more protected. So this bag is also very structured. So you can see it's not super squishy, and the bottom is pretty, you know, firm. There's not a lot of slouch or puffiness or anything. That grained leather. So I tend to gravitate towards structured bags and kind of bags that kind of just sit upright on their own like this. I know that there are other popular bags like the Lulu or the Lou camera bag or the puffer bag, and these do have more like a slouch and they're puffy and kind of squishy, and I think they have their own beauty on their own, but there's just something about just this clean, you know, straight, structured, like grained leather. I don't know. I just gravitate more towards structured bags like this. I think it just looks a little bit more like classy and put together. And I think the slouchy bags, while cute, I think they're maybe more casual or maybe like day bags. And I think this is maybe like a great professional looking work bag or something like that. Or even, I mean, you can wear it today or night, or, you know, things that aren't work related, but I don't know, there's just something about the structure that really draws me, and this drew me in over any of those other popular bags. Another pro is that it is very, very roomy. There is a lot of space. You can really fit a lot. It's kind of deceiving because from the top it kind of looks like it's, you know, very narrow, but because one, this part expands, and two, because the bottom is wider than the top, there's actually more room down here. It's wider down here than it might look initially when you just look from the top down. I'll try to show you how big the interior is, but it's kind of hard. But yeah, because it widens at the bottom, there's maybe more room than it looks like, and this top part, these sides do kind of expand to show you more of the inside. And this bag comes in this grained, pebbled, textured leather, but it also comes in a different version where it's like the very smooth lambskin looking, I think it's calf leather, but it comes in like the smooth version. But I gravitated towards this grained leather version. For me, it feels, it's similar to kind of like the Chanel's caviar versus lambskin. This pebbled leather is more durable. It's harder to scratch. And if it does scratch, it's less likely to show. I think that smooth leather, while beautiful, absolutely, if you scratch it just minimally, I think it'll show that a lot more than this textured grained version might. And I'll try to show kind of just the details. It's really very, very beautiful. And this clasp, like I mentioned, is a little bit hard to figure out, or at least at first glance, if you don't know, is maybe a little bit tough to figure out. So it's very secure, I think. Less likely to be pickpocketed, because a pickpocket might not really know how to get this bag open at first glance. But yeah, it's just like this. So it's pretty secure. So for the cons of this bag, at least for me, so I mentioned that clasp, and it is pretty cool. The idea, the mechanism is really interesting and unique to Saint Laurent, and again, it's very secure. But I have found that it can be annoying. I think I do like bags to be pretty easy access, like it's just quick zip or like a snap opening. But for this, I like when I'm wearing it, I do have to kind of like fiddle. Like I can maybe get this top open like one-handed, but then I have to, you know, use my other hand to open it, and you know, so it's not as like easy or intuitive, or maybe the more I use it, the more used to it I will get. The other thing I've noticed is that I get confused, and maybe this is just me, but if I'm wearing it like on my shoulder or even like holding it, and I'm looking down at this bag, and I know that, oh, this bag, you know, I have to push it this way, right? But then sometimes when the bag is in front of me, like on a table or something, then I'm like, wait, which way does the clasp? Oh, yeah. So I get confused about which way to turn it, because if I'm facing it, it's like towards the left, but then if I'm wearing it, it's like towards the right. So that just maybe confuses me, or I kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit, and it's not super easy access or super intuitive, at least initially. And again, maybe with the more use and whatnot, it'll become more second nature. I work from home, and I have been working from home for the last almost 2 years. So while I think this will be a very great work bag, and I try to take it out during, like, you know, day trips on the weekends and stuff like that, I probably don't use this bag as much as I can. But if it were an everyday bag for me, then maybe I would get more used to it. The other thing I found is that the leather is really stiff, which again, I do love structured bags. But for example, this pocket, like normally I love putting my phone into a back pocket, but this, I'm kind of afraid to stretch it out, and maybe I should stretch it out, maybe so I can start putting a phone in here, but maybe it'll loosen over time, and maybe the stiff leather is actually a pro. But for me, I feel like it's just hard to kind of put anything in this pocket, and I'm scared to stretch it out. So I don't know, maybe it's not really a con. Maybe the structure is great and it'll keep it from slouching or losing its shape over time. And maybe the pocket is just something that with use will stretch out as well. But that's just kind of a minor thing. The other thing is that, like I mentioned, this is going to be a great work bag, but sometimes it gets really bulky, especially if you're somewhere like in a crowded area and you're standing at the bar or something like that. Like if you have this, if you're wearing this over your shoulder and this is on your side, like you see it, I'm raising it up for you just so you can see it better, because I don't really want to stand. I'm wearing leggings right now, but it's pretty bulky. So like this is, you know, my frame, and then it is pretty wide. So if I'm like around a bar or to other people, or it's just kind of like a bit bulky, and it might knock around on things. So for me, like I wouldn't really use this as a going out bag for the night, or if you're going to, you know, like I said, bars or crowded places, or places you might be standing. It might be okay for a brunch or a sit-down dinner where you have somewhere to set your bag down. But if you're going to be like wearing this a lot on your body, then I think it potentially could be bulky in crowded areas. And this style actually also comes in a small size, or I think it's a mini Cassandra that is a lot smaller and cuter. So maybe that might be fine for, you know, going out or wearing in more crowded areas. But this size and the medium, probably not so much. I would say this is more of a day bag, and maybe the mini could be a day and night bag in this style. Another thing that kind of bothers me is that I don't think this strap width is proportional to the size and weight of this bag. Like this bag is a pretty sizable, hefty bag, and this strap is so thin. And I feel like proportionally, the strap should have been thicker to kind of accommodate this size and this weight of a bag. I don't know. So I feel like it's like a dinky little strap for this kind of big, well-sized bag it's supposed to be holding up. Like, I don't know, what do you guys think? It's just me? I feel like it's just too thin. Because even the top handle is thicker. I don't know, I just feel like something is off a little bit proportionally with this strap and this bag. So while I did mention the bag is very roomy and it does stretch, because it does need to kind of pinch to close, maybe you can't really fill it up with this bottom width, like all the way up from the bottom to the top. You know what I mean? Like maybe the capacity is maybe a little bit smaller than you might think or might hope. But again, it's I don't think this is a bag you're going to be filling to the top because it's already a decent size and it already holds so much that I don't think you really need to kind of fill it to the brim. And the other con is I will do kind of a what fits, but when it is full, like the bag itself, again, is 100% leather. So it's pretty hefty, even just like by itself, nothing's in it right now. So you can imagine when I fill it up with, you know, a wallet, a mini pochette, sunglasses, blah, 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 whatever, like it can get pretty hefty. So if you're not someone who is a fan of heavier bags, maybe this isn't for you. You know, if you are someone who carries a lot and are looking for something more lightweight, maybe something in a nylon material, or that's something that's not full leather, or a light tote bag. But just know, I mean, I carry a lot of stuff and I do think it's somewhat heavy, but it's never been a huge problem for me. Like if I sling this on my shoulder, I'm more of a shoulder or crossbody bag kind of girl, so it doesn't bother me too much with the weight when I have it on my shoulder. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. But I really love it. I think it just goes with a lot of the stuff that I wear. I like sort of more darker tone colors like this, and I think it goes really well with anything, you know, beige, black, white. I don't know, I just really love this color.